I was interested to read the story this week, but it was about you two not talking to each other when you played for England.
Summer 2004. Portugal is hosting the Euros, and in the quarter-final, England's golden generation is about to break a nation's heart. Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes, and 18-year-old Rooney terrorising Europe. Then Rooney's foot snaps. The game crawls to penalties. Beckham blazes his over, and Portugal's keeper Ricardo, gloves thrown aside, saves from Vassell and buries the winner himself. England fly home with nothing. But here's what nobody noticed that summer. Weeks before that night in Lisbon, a 41-year-old Portuguese coach stepped off a plane in London and called himself a special one.
I'm European champion, so I'm not one of the bottle. I think I'm a special one.
For the next 2 decades, José Mourinho would manage England's biggest clubs and coach its biggest stars. And from the closest seat in the house, he'd work out exactly why this country never wins anything. He didn't just watch England fail, he coached the reasons why, because this was never just one generation's curse. It's a system failure, running on a loop. 2006, quarter-final, penalties, out. 2010, humiliated 4-1 by Germany. 2014, out at the group stage without a single win. 2018, a World Cup semi-final lost in extra time. 2021, the Euros final at Wembley of all places lost on penalties. Qatar 2022, out in the quarter-final to France 2-1. Harry Kane blasting a late penalty, one that would have levelled it over the bar. Euro 2024, another final, and Spain's Mikel Oyarzabal breaks English hearts in the 86th minute. Different players, different managers, identical ending, nothing since 1966. And for 20 of those years, one man kept telling us why. No outsider has lived deeper inside English football than Mourinho. Chelsea 2004 to 2007. Chelsea again 2013 to 2015. Manchester United 2016 to 2018. Tottenham 2019 to 2021. 3 giant clubs, nearly 2 decades, and a who's who of England internationals under his daily command. Lampard, Terry, Joe Cole, and Ashley Cole at Chelsea. Rooney, Rashford, Lingard, Shaw, and Smalling at United. Kane, Dele Alli, Dia and Winks at Spurs. Practically every England spine since 2004 passed through his dressing room. He knows these players inside out, their habits, their egos, their ceilings. When Mourinho talks about England, it isn't punditry, it's testimony. And here's where his argument gets brutal because the stats are damning. Frank Lampard scored 211 goals for Chelsea, the most in the club's history, from midfield. World Cup goals for England? 0. Not 1. His famous strike against Germany in 2010 crossed the line by half a metre and was never given. Wayne Rooney, 253 goals for Manchester United, another all-time club record, plus 53 for England. His World Cup career? 1 goal, one against Uruguay in 2014. Steven Gerrard dragged Liverpool to a Champions League from midfield and scored over 180 goals for the club, yet managed 21 in 114 England games. Put Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes together and you get more than 550 club goals, and just 64 spread across 286 England caps. Monsters for their clubs, ghosts for their country. That's not a talent problem, that's a system problem, and it's exactly the one Mourinho kept describing. For years as manager and pundit, he repeated the same uncomfortable idea. English players only look tactically complete in the Premier League because foreign players do the dirty work for them. Lampard arrived in the box like clockwork because Makelele and Essien held the fort behind him. Gerrard rampaged because Mascherano and Alonso swept up. The tracking, the covering, the positional sacrifice, quietly outsourced to imports. Then summer comes. 11 Englishmen, no foreign safety net. Everyone wants to be the star, nobody wants to be the shield, and the midfield collapses under the weight of its own talent. Want proof he sees what England's coaches miss? July 11th, 2018, Moscow, World Cup semi-final. England lead through Trippier, Perisic equalises, and in extra time Mario Mandzukic lands the sucker punch. Rashford comes on at 1-1, handed set-piece duty, and every cross is comfortably cleared. That same night, on Russia Today, Mourinho dissected it in real time. The decisions of the lateral free kicks that happened, I thought England went the wrong way at that time, he said. They were trying to have the softball to Maguire, but in previous matches Maguire was very, very dominant in relation to other opponents, and today was not the case. Croatia had adapted. They were giving Lovren the mission to go with that first ball with Maguire. Then the killer detail. Marcus Rashford is very good taking the lateral free kicks with tension, with speed, and into other areas. And they decide always for what I call the balloon coming down, and gave time for Lovren to adapt to the position and for Subasic to come out to catch. England had a weapon and pointed it the wrong way. The man who coached Rashford every day spotted it live on television. England's bench never adjusted. And if you think that analysis was blunt, wait until you hear what he thought of the next generation. Tactics were half his argument. The other half was psychology, and England's legends confirm it. Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard have all admitted since retiring that their club rivalries poisoned the national team. United, Chelsea and Liverpool men who by their own confession couldn't fully open up to each other. Gerrard and Lampard, two world-class number 8s, were jammed into the same midfield for a decade because no manager dared drop either. Balance lost to reputation every time. Diego Maradona said the same about Argentina at the 2018 World Cup. Superstars without structure are just soloists waiting for a turn. Different flag, same disease. Mourinho never bought the hype around the next wave either. He gave Rashford over 100 games at United, then said the quiet part out loud on Sky Sports, he can be a dangerous number 9, but he is not a striker to play with his back to the goal. In 2018 he went further, naming Rashford, Lingard, Shaw and Marshall as a generation lacking the aggression of the players who came before them. And with Lingard's generation, he didn't just complain about social media, he banned it inside United's dressing room. His prescription was simple and unpopular. Pick balance over brand names. Build the midfield around protection, not decoration. Demand the dirty work from everyone, captain included. And his jab at England's managers cut deepest. Too often they pick teams to please the press and the dressing room, never brave enough to drop a star for the sake of the structure. Which brings us to right now. As the World Cup kicks off in North America, England arrives as one of the favourites. Star-filled again, Harry Kane captains his 3rd World Cup, level with Billy Wright's record, carrying 79 England goals, more than Pelé scored for Brazil, fresh from 36 Bundesliga goals and back-to-back titles with Bayern, Bellingham at Real Madrid, Saka at Arsenal, Rice anchoring midfield. But notice something. Thomas Tuchel, a foreign coach like Mourinho, qualified with a perfect record, then did the unthinkable. He dropped Foden, dropped Palmer, dropped Trent Alexander-Arnold and Maguire. Stars sacrificed for structure. It's the Mourinho prescription, almost word for word, finally written into an England squad. And the football gods have a sense of humour because waiting in England's group is Croatia. The same Croatia from that night in Moscow. 22 years since Lisbon, 2 lost finals, a lost semi, a graveyard of golden generations, and the man who coached Lampard, Rooney, Rashford and Kane told everyone exactly why, over and over. England keeps searching for an answer. Mourinho's problem was never finding it. It was that nobody listened. The question this summer is simple. Has somebody finally started?